Alright, in this last video, we're going to be adding our last 3 CRUD applications to our controller, and then into the routes, and then that'll be it for the video. Alright, so back in the controller, we're going to do a description. And this controller is going to be, we're getting a user by their ID. So we're going to get a user by their ID. Alright, and the route we want to hit for it, we want to hit a get route for /API /users/:ID. So the reason we're doing :ID is so that we can get the param ID from the request. Next, we want the access level. This will be only accessible by an admin, and again, it will be private. Alright, just gonna copy this, save some time. There we go. Alright, so let's get started. So we're gonna make a function, const get user by ID. Put our async handler. It's going to be async function, get our request and our response. Alright, so first thing we want to do is we want to look for our user. So what we do, so we'll receive an ID and the params of the request, and we'll find based on that ID param. Alright, so we'll do const user equals await user dot find by ID, and we want the request dot params dot ID. So this ID is going to get us the specific user that we want. Right, and then we're going to tack on the select password at the end. So select quotes and then dash password. All right. So if we have a user, put not conditional, a user, we're going to send that as a response. So res.json our user. And else, if we do not have a user, res.status 404, meaning it was not found. 404, and then we'll throw a new error. We'll say user not found. And there we go. That should be it for that. So now we can get a user by their ID. So we'll just add this. Get user by ID. Do a quick save. Head over to the routes. We'll do a new route, or a new router. Router. Go routes. And we want to hit /:ID. This was our get request. Get. And we'll make sure to import it in. So get user by ID. Ooh, not a dot, a comma. Here we go. Get user by ID. Perfect. All right. Save that. We'll go head over back to Postman. And let's test it out. Make sure everything works a-okay. All right. So let's get. So we're still signed in as Bobby, I believe, the admin. So let's grab Robbie's ID. Copy that. Throw it in here, paste it in, send, and here we go. We got Robbie. Perfect, so that's working just as planned. Alrighty, so let's move on to our next one, which will be a delete request to delete a user. So we'll go back to the controller, do our description, and this will be to delete delete a user. Always making those capital S's. All right, and our route we want to hit is going to be a delete request for /API/users, and then again it'll be :ID. And then access level again will be only private for an admin. So private admin. Cool. All right. So we'll do our function const deletes user equals an async handler $async, and then again the request and response. Request response. Boom boom. Okay, curlies. Alrighty. So it's going to be very similar to our get user by ID. So we're just going to copy this, paste it in. All right, but we're not going to need the select password. So we'll get rid of that. All right. So again, if we find the user, we don't want to save it to any file or anything, or make a response with it. Or we will want a response. We'll respond with a message saying we deleted a user if so. So we'll just do an await our user dot remove. So remove is a method we're going to use to remove the user from the database. All right. And then we'll response. We'll send a JSON message. We'll say message user removes. All right. And then if we do not find the user, or if there is no user to delete, we'll respond with the status of, again, 404, meaning not found. And then we'll throw new error. And again, we'll just say user not found. Perfect. Make sure you spell throw correctly. All right. So that's good to go. We will export it, delete user, save, back to routes. We'll tack on this at the end of our get request. So delete, there we go. We'll do an import, deletes, and then we'll toss that function here. So delete user, perfect. We'll save that, head back over to Postman. Let's do a delete request. So just hit the arrow, scroll down to delete. We have Robbie's ID already in here, so might as well get rid of him. We'll send it. User was removed. Robbie is gone. All right. So let's do our last route, which will be an update for user. So we'll head back to the controller. Last time we'll do our description. This will be to update a user. Now our routes will be a put request. Put is for updating. /API /users :ID. So same thing. Access level will be, again, private. But it will not be admin because we want everyone to be able to update their own user. So it will be private to the user themselves. All right. So const updates user basic handler request response. All right. And so if you're confused about why we're not giving admin access to this particular, or admin access level to this particular route, say you forget your password to some login. You would have to be an admin to get their password back or to change your password. But if it was only for you privately, then you can get your password back. So that's kind of how you could explain that. So const our user awaits the user. So this is very similar to the past two routes. Find. You can honestly just copy and paste, but I don't mind writing it out. Find by ID. Our request.params.id. Boom. All right. Again, if there is a user, we're going to update the user.name with the request that we receive from the front end or user.name. So if there is nothing we get back, we'll just rewrite it with what we already have. All right, and then same for the email. Request.body.email, or again, what we already have. User.isAdmin. There we go. Request.body.isAdmin. And that should be good. Oh, and our username. So one more username request.body username. And then one more for password. Do user dot password equals request dot body dot password. All right, there we go. Alrighty, and then we'll do a new variable. So we'll say updated user, perfect, and then we'll wait user dot save. There we go, and then we'll respond with the new user. Or not new user, but the updated user information for that specified user. So ID, updated user dot ID. We'll do the name. Oops, this should be full name. Full name, and full name. All right, change this to full name. Updated user dot full name. Right. Email. Updated user dot email. Oh, updated. There we go. Next we got is admin. There we go. Last two, username. All right, and the last one, our password. Did I put user there? Username, there we go. Password, updated, user dot password. There we go. So if we have a user or we find the user, we'll update it. If not, we'll do our else. Res dot status. So same thing, 404. And we'll throw a new error. Throw new error. And we'll say again, user not found. All right, there we go. sure to export that. Updated user. Updated user. There we go. No, not updated. Update. There you go. All right, save that. Head back to routes. At the very end, we'll tack on this put route. No, don't do that. That puts. Make sure to import it. Update user. And update user. All right, and make sure you put in our protect, our admin, and our protect, admin, and our protect. Perfect. Save that. All right, let's test out this last route in Postman. We'll do our, let's get all the users again. Let's see. We'll go back to get, do that. Let's get the users. All right, so we have Bobby left, we have Bob, and we have Carl. Let's update Carl's username. Let's see. So we will get his ID. Copy that. Slash, paste it in. We'll do a put. All right. Let us get, oof, there we go. Scroll this back down a little bit. All right, so we want to update his username. So we'll put in username. We'll make it Carl's username. Sure. There we go. Send it. Oh boy, what happened? What do we do? Email is not defined. Let's see. Might have misspelled something. Here we go. Email. Let us see. Line 123. Email is not defined. Why is that? Why are you not defined, sir? Alrighty, we're back. So, took a minute, but I figured out the issue. So, mistakenly, we need to do user.email. So if we don't get any requests from the body, from the front end, or Postman, just send it back what it already had. And then the same for these as well, because as you may remember, we have them required in the model. We'll just do this, copy this, paste it. Luckily, this is an easy fix. Copy, do an OR, boom, copy, do an OR, and paste. Save that. And we crashed. What happened? Updated user. Oh. There we go. Here we go. Open Postman back up. Alright, so we'll send Carl's new username in. Hit send. Perfect. There we go. Carl's username is now Carl's new username. Alrighty, so we've made a whole REST API. We've done each of the 4 CRUD applications. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. And thank you for watching.